Hello, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. And then if you guys are new, welcome to this platform. This is Enlightened Journeys. My name is Astraea Love, and I'm here to give you guys a reading today, okay? So make sure that you are familiar with my legal disclaimer. It is in the description box below, so you can pause this video right now and go to the description box and read what's in there. Make yourself comfortable. Go get yourself a drink. I hope you guys are having a happy fun day Sunday. So this is the last day that I am doing super chats at $10 a piece, okay? $10 a question. So if you have a question that you want asked, make sure that you send a super chat, okay? Because starting tomorrow, my $10 promotion is over and I'm going to $20 or $20 per question, basically. That's for the people that really need my help. Welcome everybody coming into the chat. Okay, so make sure that if you feel like any of the information in this reading resonates for you, that you take the advice, whatever advice you take with you, make sure you follow up with a professional in the field of that advice. Also, if you know muscle testing or if you have a pendulum, this is a pendulum and resistance testing. That's two different ways you can ask your higher self yes and no questions and get an answer back so you can guide yourself while watching tarot, okay? But by watching my videos, you're agreeing to the contract of being in control of yourself, being responsible for yourself, and with any of the information being channeled, be on your best behavior because the Most High God is watching and the Holy Spirit is listening. By watching my videos, you're agreeing to not attack, bully, or persecute me for my calling. Also, this contract includes shadow banning, copywriting of my messages. Everything said on this platform is copyrighted, so do not steal messages from God and the Holy Spirit. Okay, the next part is the prayer. So I'm just going to see what sticks out to me here. Okay, I ask that God give us grace and that God please be with us here and now. Also, we're calling upon the Christ-like energy and all of the saints. We're calling upon the Watchers, the Ophanim, the Galactic Federation of Light, the archangels, the ancestors, the spirit guides, the guardian angels, and the spirit team's ascended masters. Okay, I would ask that they, and especially Archangel Michael, please continue to guide us and order our steps when dealing with anything in the psychic realm. Please block out all evil and return all evil and block out any evil eye that would be sent, anything that would try to negatively influence or impact this reading in any way. I pray for or my platform. I pray for the highest light, the highest wisdom, and the highest truth to be revealed to me and my subscribers. I ask as I call upon God's favor to give us the full armor of God for protection during our life's mission and work here on the earth. I'm eternally grateful for your favor, Heavenly Source, and for your unfailing love. Thank you for blessing me and my subscribers, and thank you for healing the sick and creating miracles. In your holy name, Lord my God, I give gratitude and thanks. I pray into thy holy presence and meditate upon your divine will. Amen. Okay. So I hope you guys are having a good day. All right. I'm going to just cut the deck. So somebody is trying to get back into your energy. The energy of the collective. Five of Swords. This is somebody that always puts themselves first. They're very much in their fight and flight response. Always reacting from a place of being triggered or being traumatized. This person is a victim. They feel like they're a victim. You know, they could be experiencing some public shame and dishonor at this time. Also, they could have done something illegal. Whatever this illegal, immoral conduct is, I feel like it has to do with bullying, and it has to do with stalking, and it has to do with harassing and snitching. So this person puts themselves first. They make false reports to the police about whoever's in my collective. And yeah, this is a King of Wands. You actually have a masculine energy. I thought it was going to be a female energy. So you got a King of Wands that's out here acting up, basically. They're making false reports against you. This also could be somebody that like works for whatever job you work at. This could be somebody that you go to school with, that you go to work with, or that is, you know, a neighbor or whatever. They are in the Seven of Wands having to defend themselves. Okay, they're going to have to fight a very long war because they started this shit with you. And again, anybody that calls the police and makes fake reports to the police about somebody else has mental problems. You do realize that this is not normal. As much as it happens, it's not normal. These people are complete narcissists. Who was your first past life? Who gave you your gifts? Okay, girl gone. So your ancestors gave you your gifts. Okay. What I'm being shown, your first lifetime, I don't know what the name of the planet is, but the type of being is, they're called Hadarians. I want you to Google search them because it'll give you a little bit more information about them. But the Hadarians basically, I think they might even be on Star Trek, but I'm not for sure. Well, anyways, their planet was a water planet and they were water beings. And from my understanding, what happened was something toxic came to the planet and, oh, welcome in, Christopher. I am. Something came to that planet and it made all of the water start turning dark. But when the dark water would touch one of the beings that lived on the planet, it would make them like evil. That's what I'm literally seeing. Is Hadarian. So the Hadarians, and they specialize in time travel and jumping timelines. Like that's what they literally specialize on. There's somewhere on my channel that has a Hadarian light language that helps you switch timelines to your highest timeline. You may want to listen to that. That will definitely resonate, girl gone. But what I'm seeing is that you were a masculine at this time. You were one of the people that ended up getting saved, but then you lost the planet to whatever that darkness was. So you could have a fear of dark water, and that would completely make sense to me. You could also have a fear of like people showing up and dark ocean dreams, that you're afraid of the dark water. That's exactly it. Yeah. Because the whole planet was like an ocean planet. Like there wasn't really land on the surface. And so it was either the Pleiadians, maybe it was the Pleiadians and the Arcturians that came, and maybe the Syrians that came to the Hadarians to get as many of the people, or they were like water beings. So if you look at Aquaman, you're dealing with a representation of a Hadarian right there. So they didn't have fins, they had feet, but they had water abilities. And so they ended up there. So it's extremely rare. Coming across the Hadarian lineage is very rare. I don't see it in a lot of people. And so when I see this being somebody's first life, yeah, if you're having dark ocean dreams and you're afraid of the dark water, that you're going right back to the beginning, which is a really good thing. Yeah, half human, half mermaid type thing. But again, they didn't have fins; they had regular human feet, so they could get out of the water and walk away. So it's like you could feel when you get near the ocean. Yeah, when you get near the ocean, like a nostalgic feeling, it may be beneficial for you to like, take salt baths and go to the ocean. Okay, that's going to help you heal because it's really just the fear of what that dark water was doing. And it's kind of creepy. It's really kind of creepy, to be honest. It gives me an ominous, eerie feeling thinking about the dark water. It makes me freaked out. But yeah, you get pulled down into the tunnels and see weird creatures and then a bright light. Wow. That is wild. Yeah, because you definitely lived with a whole bunch of sea creatures. when this dark water came, it even messed with those. And so it made everything that was benevolent in the ocean malevolent. And so when that planet was taken over by a reptilian race, okay? So the ones that saved you, and this is where the story gets interesting. The ones that saved you, they relocated their, like, a small group of Hadarians. They relocated them onto another planet, one of the stars in Sirius. But when they did that, these other beings in the galaxy or in the known universe also found out about the Hadarian special ability to basically jump timelines. Okay, which again, not everybody can do. Not everybody can time travel and can manipulate time, and that's the gift that comes from the Hadarians. So so beings would come and they would abduct the Hadarians literally and try to steal them away and then imprison them. So you could also have dreams about being imprisoned in space. Because what they would do is they would imprison them and then force them to basically take this group of beings that abducted them along with them when they time jump. So they're basically keeping you in a spaceship and using you to time jump, if that makes sense, and to timeline shift. So yeah, so the tunnels, that's definitely that planet. That's definitely that planet. So yeah, I would read up on that, and then you heal when you're around the ocean. So you may also find out that you have the ability to bend water, to bend time. Oh, right on. Aquarius Sun, Gemini Rising, Aquarius Moon, Heyoka Empath. Very cool, Christopher. Awesome. Yeah, that could also be why you're astral projecting a lot, for sure. And you could literally be timeline jumping when you sleep, because I feel like that you just are. I feel like you're time jumping when you sleep. So yeah, that was your first lifetime. And it directly affects stuff going on. It literally affects stuff going on in this lifetime. I feel like if you went to the aquarium and connected with the deep sea creatures that are there, just any of them, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. You would be able to, yeah, you would be able to communicate with the sea creatures. Also, I'm hearing that lifetime, after that lifetime, you didn't want to be of the water, you wanted to be of the air. So then you incarnated into being an avian, which they're like these blue bird people, and they travel through the air. So they have their own abilities too. So yeah, I would look into the avian birds as well. All right. So I'm going to go back to this collective reading. So yeah, you got somebody on the defensive. This person just wants back in your energy. So Girl Gone, if you can process, yes, flying dreams too. So this is totally making sense. If you can process just the trauma from those two lifetimes, because again, I feel like our galaxy or our universe has had a problem with reptilians. Like, they're not all reptilians are bad reptilians, but the majority of them are bad reptilians. And it's, we're not judging them. It's just like they've caused a lot of problems throughout the known universe. Like, straight up, they've caused a freaking lot of problems. Not only with humans by making these like devices and energetic implants to like mess up our spiritual bodies, but like they really, really just did every type of being real dirty, just totally evil and vindictive. So I feel like everybody probably has some type of past life reptilian wound. I'm not kidding. I really believe that, because I see it happening so much, and then it's still happening where the reptilians are trying to literally infiltrate Earth and the people that rule Earth and stuff like that. They want to create a new one world order, which is going to sound like what I saw with the one world order is that these reptilians are going to want to create this thing. It's going to be over the whole planet because that's basically what they want control over. They want to be able to feed off of the human race. That's why they're so into keeping us in a low vibration, because just one of us being awake is like a major problem. We overpower them like 1,000,000,000 to 1, just one of us being awake. And so, like, yeah, they did go around destroying planets. They literally had a planet destroying machine, and they would take it through space with them, and they would be like, okay, if you don't submit to our rule, we're going to destroy your planet. They did that to Earth at the time of like Lumeria. They did this. And the Lumerians, so you could have been here for that as well. The Lumerians, they sent a lot of their people off the Earth because they were basically like peaceful beings. They weren't going to fight the reptilians, but they were like, no, like, we are not giving up our people to you to feed on, basically. And the reptilians were like, well, we're going to blow your planet up then. And then they're like, okay, if that's what you're going to do, then that's what you're going to do. So the Lumerians, they used their Merkabahs and their energetic vehicles basically to create a shield around the planet. And then they were singing this song that also helped with that. And when they shot the planet destroying machine, it hit and it did damage to the planet. It knocked it from being a 7th dimensional planet to being a 5th dimensional planet. But and it unalived a lot of the Lumerians. But the ones that survived, their Merkabahs were extremely damaged. And so you could have been one of those. And knowing about that is important, so that, this is so ironic. We're literally listening to a crystal singing bowl sound bath that works with the Merkabah and healing the aura. Yeah. Yeah, you definitely were here then as well. And you were a shaman. So the Lumerians had a unique ability where they could leave their body. They spent a lot of the time down at the bottom of the ocean and at the highest cliffs, because they could leave their body and go live and explore for extended amounts of time and leave themselves in a meditative state. And so you were talking about astral projection. That's definitely a Lumerian gift. Absolutely a Lumerian gift. So kind of wild, but yeah, it's like the Star Wars universe is three universes outside of this one. And so when people astral project into that experience, they come back with more information about the Force and stuff. But the Force exists in every universe. It's just we call it something different. Like in this one, we probably call it the law of attraction, but it's all the same force, right? And it's like there's no good and there's no bad, Yeah, recreation. Yeah, absolutely. And being somebody that is like reincarnates into these high vibrational bloodlines, it just shows me that you're definitely a star seed and you're here to help the world. You're here to help the planet. And you're also here to heal yourself from that planet destroying machine. Yeah. And that's why it's so easy for you to jump timelines and escape these people's plots. And it's easy also for you to be able to understand like the wind and the signs of nature. You know how like nature will send you birds, or I believe it's nature, like to basically you'll see the signs like the wind, you'll understand the wind, what it means, you'll understand what the signs nature means. Yeah. Oh, I'm so glad that helped. I'm so glad that that helped. So these people want you to be on the defensive because you have something to defend. Your life is worth living. Okay, anybody that acts from this fight and flight response only is somebody that needs to like do some type of nervous system reset. I mean, they're either so traumatized themselves from their own lives that they're in that fight or flight, or somebody's traumatized them. But this is not your guys' fault. This is definitely not your guys' fault. And yeah, you guys, when you were the Haydarian, you took this technology with you to the star Sirius, and it was a water technology. Then you took it from Sirius and you took it to Lemuria, and it ended up being there at the time of Atlantis. So you're also deeply connected to this water technology. It's like you guys had underwater cities, just like Aquaman. Literally, you may want to watch Aquaman because there will be a lot of Easter eggs for you in that. Oh my gosh, this person's in the Nine of Swords. No wonder they're so unhappy. They're also upset because they've done something illegal and they know they have to pay for that. That's crazy. Yeah, Atlantis. Yeah. See, there was a city of Poseidon in ancient Atlantis, and that's where I'm getting that technology still exists right now, somewhere in the ocean, in the Atlantic Ocean. And also the city of Poseidon wrapped around Greece, but it also was in the Atlantic Ocean. So this is interesting. This person is deeply in regret because they did not accomplish something in time. They were too late. I feel like if this person was trying to do any type of destiny swap, or if they were trying to steal somebody wants someone else's divine feminine, and you may not even be with this divine feminine. They just know that you're about to get one. And this person's like, wants your girlfriend, wants your boyfriend, whatever this is. This King of Wands is definitely coveting their neighbor's goods and like their relationships as well. Yeah, watch it again for sure. So yeah, when you guys are dealing with somebody that covets what you have, this person, this King of Wands, is somebody that goes to church. They're somebody that you guys know. They go to some type of church or synagogue or prayer group or something that you guys know, or Diksha. I mean, this person goes to something and they act like they're holier than thou, but this person has a very toxic lifestyle behind closed doors, and it keeps them in the Nine of Swords. I feel like they've got some type of mental disorder. I also feel like this person, this King of Wands, could be somebody that well, let's just say that whoever their ex baby mama is not really, this person is not the father of that child. So this person could have been deceived by this woman. So now they're coveting your woman, or who's supposed to be your woman, because they know that you have something good coming in. Yeah. They know that you have this world card, and that is causing them to grieve. They're literally like grieving over that, because they know that once your match comes in, that you're going to find peace and you're going to move forward and you're going to make worldwide long lasting connections. Also, this shows me that the world is working on your behalf. Literally, it just seems like everything's starting to fall into place, and all of the questions of why you've had such a hard time, it all kind of makes sense when you look at this person that was trying to deceive others and paint a narrative about you. They felt like if they could destroy you before you got going, that you wouldn't be able to reach your destiny. But I feel like you're already reaching your destiny. Just the fact that you know that your higher self is God and that you can connect with that, it basically propels you into your destiny. And then knowing that the Christ energy exists within, and to tap into Christ consciousness, that also is raising the frequency of this whole planet. I mean, every time that we work on ourselves, we're basically helping the greater whole, if that makes sense. I know it seems weird, but it actually does work that way. I am suddenly realizing that I need to take an allergy pill. Give me 1 second, you guys. Okay, sorry about that. I was like, I don't think I can sit here with the congestion. Okay. So the good thing is that, yeah, absolutely. You can send another super chat. So the good thing is that you have the world open to you right now, which means you could be helping the less fortunate. I feel like you are stark contrast from this other person, because we started out with the Five of Swords, this person being very, yeah, go ahead and send the super chat, Girl Gone, in your question. This person's very selfish. They're self-centered. And then somebody that has the energy of the world is the exact opposite. So you could literally help the less fortunate. I know a lot of the people that come across my readings are like literally light workers. So this moon just tried to flip over. So this is the thing that we didn't see, was that, well, obviously somebody's personal fate, they're whatever, they're up under some type of test. Okay. This King of Wands, they're being tested. Like, okay, they were working in the moon's energy. And this is why when you do black magic, okay, when people do black magic or they work with the moon like this, you're basically putting yourself in the moon. Wow, this is so funny. This is like literally tied to the moon. Why do you dream about wolves, especially shape-shifting black wolves? Okay. Definitely you. Okay, so it's called lycanthropy. People consider this to be a disease, but I can tell you firsthand that it is not. There are actual people that live in the tunnels underneath our cities that are like, they have lycanthropy. And some of these people, okay, they come from a demonic bloodline, but they shape shift into dogmen, and some of them can't shape shift back. So the ones that can't shape shift back are the ones that we know that are not connected to demonic bloodlines. But you even watched a movie about recently about a shapeshifter. Yeah. And so that's so interesting. That's so interesting because you definitely have that energy. I was reading this, it was some type of werewolf like magical thing. Okay. I was reading it like just for fun because it sounded ridiculous. And the person that was with me at the time, their hand started to change. It started to turn into a dog paw. Like, I'm not even joking. So I know that there's real dog men underneath the city. And I know that if you have the right incantations and shit. And I was just like reading it, just being an idiot, and literally shape-shifting started to happen. So yeah, there's different types of shapeshifters. There's like the bad type, which is like Lugaroos in Africa. It's kind of the same thing as being a skinwalker in, Native American lore, which again, people are so afraid to talk about skinwalkers, and I understand why, but at the same time, we're connected to the Most High God, so you don't need to be afraid of that. The other wolf dreams where Hecate in the forest with her. Okay, then you could have definitely been one of Hecate's dogs, or one of her werewolves, basically, because she's a goddess of magic, but it's not negative magic. It's always either white magic or it's neutral. She doesn't like, if now I've seen Hecate punish. She doesn't like men that much, but when she does like men, this is the form she prefers them in, which is basically werewolf form. And so she's ancient. So if you're having dreams of Hecate, that's really good. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, you have that ability within you to shapeshift. You just have not had it activated in this life. So, like I was saying, there's bad shapeshifters, which we call them like skinwalkers. We call them Lugaroos. Those are the people that can turn into animals, and they do this at nighttime. Okay. And then there's people that, what are we gonna call them? So basically you could have in your genetic lineage right now, and this is what I'm picking up, is a partial shape-shifting gene. So there's people that shape-shift into dragons, like dragon people, they'll get scales and stuff like that, kind of like shape-shifting into a snake. Then there's people that will shapeshift into wolves. The black wolves are very significant to me. Yes, half and half, exactly. I feel like you've got it's specifically Tiamat, okay? So the dragon that maybe you've had a dream about Tiamat. Big dragon, female dragon. So you're a child of Tiamat and you're a child of Cain. And Cain in the Bible was the one that unalived Abel, but he also, after that, started practicing black magic. And so a lot of people under him, so both vampires and werewolves came from Cain. And Cain goes way far back. A very interesting fact, okay, you know how Cain was cursed with a mark and he couldn't die? The oldest lady on the planet right now is 116 years old. Her name is Cain. That's crazy to me. So there is something about names, right? But if you look into Cain's lineage, and I would just search werewolves, vampires, Cain, because you've got that shape-shifting ability. You may feel like really calm and peaceful at nighttime. That's a gift of this, basically. Yeah, you're definitely part of that bloodline. Absolutely. Absolutely part of that bloodline and the bloodline that Tiamat has. And so the good thing is that now okay, so werewolves and vampires stem from a form of magic that comes from God. It's almost like a curse magic, but just like any gift that you get, and I would say that these would be gifts because people study these particular types of magic, right? To gain these spiritual abilities that you naturally have in your bloodline. So you have people that so I don't consider people that study Wicca to be witches. I consider people that have spiritual abilities and they use them for bad to be more like witches, but people that just study Wicca, they don't always have magic in their bloodline. They could completely be a muggle, you know. Yes, that's why you definitely sense your dark and your light. And you had a lifetime living on the moon or at the center of the moon as well, being a werewolf. So you've got very deep lycanthropy connections, and then like I said, Tiamat, which is even older. That's like even older than Cain. So Tiamat, when she works through, you may feel that you have etheric fangs. I'm like literally picking up this sensation where in a dream you'll like push your fangs out. So what I was saying about it, how shape-shifting can be a gift or it can be a curse. Jesus was a shapeshifter. He definitely had the ability to shapeshift. He had a lot more abilities than that. But yeah, you did very attracted to the moon. Absolutely. And the way that the moon moves through the sky. It's like this moon energy, you know, there is a reason that the dogs howl at the moon. And it's like a feeling that I get. It's like a yearning for it. Um, yeah, I would read about Tiamat's bloodline, and because there's different initiations that these Luciferians do, because like I was saying, or people that are going into wanting to be like Luciferian or wanting to be a Wiccan, but they don't have any abilities. Yes, she is a basically a dragon goddess. And there's a whole story about Marduk and the Anunnaki fighting with Tiamat. Okay, first of all, it was really not cool. So, like, the Anunnaki unalived Tiamat's dragon husband, and then they basically punished her because she fought back, which is a crazy to me. But yeah, so you got these people that are that literally doing rituals and initiations and heinous crimes to be able to shapeshift. But I'm going to tell you the difference between your bloodline and theirs. So they're coming from a muggle's perspective. If we're going to use Harry Potter, okay, for a second. So people that don't have magic, they're asleep in the matrix, they're unaware, but they want to shapeshift and they want to have these spiritual experiences. They want to have these magical experiences. Now you actually have it in your genes that you could very well be in nature. You could be up under the moon and it could trigger something to just start happening. And you could feel your energy start to change. A lot of the shape shifting will happen in the dream state, and then your waking reality will align with what's shifting. So you have people that are doing these rituals and stuff. And yeah, like if you do these heinous rituals, it will work so that you can shapeshift, but it's not going to be guaranteed that you could turn back into a person after you've turned into an animal. And so that's why I think that's dangerous. Yeah, you have a natural bloodline. So you're one of the people that literally would be able to shapeshift. You could probably even shapeshift just part of yourself, like change your eyes and stuff like that. But you have the ability to shapeshift into an animal and then to go back into a human. The people that are just doing these rituals to be able to use lycanthropy and Tiamat's magic and stuff like that, they don't naturally have it in their genetics. And that's why it's so dangerous for them. So like I was saying, it is kind of a curse, but it's also a gift. And so when you learn how to use it, you can basically become like a superhuman. The government has literally done a lot of studies and they are still working with people that can shapeshift to this day. They will not tell you that just straight up from the front, but they are. The US government is absolutely working with shapeshifters. And that's why we have a lot of these underground cities and underground tunnels. And then we have the people that want to become Luciferian or whatever, but they're not a natural bloodline. And so they shapeshift into an animal and then they can't shapeshift back, which is not good because then you're stuck being an animal. You know what that means. But the thing about, not being on the vampire path, I think the vampire path is probably the easiest, but being on the werewolf path is a bit different because it's actually painful to shapeshift. To change and transform, it is painful. And so once you master that ability, you'll be able to change, but usually it does have to do with being up under the moon. There is something about the moon that basically it causes you to be more powerful. You could have dreams that you shapeshift into a werewolf and be running through the forest and stuff like that. And that will definitely give you insights into the different ways that you can shapeshift. And I know this sounds all fantasy, but it's really not fantasy. I've literally seen it myself with my own eyes. And I'm like, oh my God. Yeah, like physical and spiritual change. Yeah, like basically you'll make the changes in the astral realm in the dream state, and then it'll start to translate into the physical realm. So yeah, there's people that are shapeshifters. A lot of people that are earth angels are shapeshifters. A lot of people that have these angelic bloodlines, and have these connections to the ancient bloodlines that can actually change into people. I know there's somebody that watches me that can turn into an eagle. So it is a very real thing. It's just not talked about. Open year and earth sign. Okay, that totally makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that totally makes sense. There are people that will not talk about this type of stuff because it makes them afraid. But when you're a natural, this is the thing. God loves everything. When you're a natural, when you have this already in your genetics, you don't, like, I could shapeshift into, like a ice giant, basically. I could turn my entire body super white and make it immune to the cold. But that's just a natural thing that clicks on for me. You may have things about yourself that naturally click on where you're able to regulate your energy or regulate your heat, just different. It's just different types of abilities. But yeah, you could study the lycanthropy and stuff like that, read about it, And even read into cat canthropy, because I feel like you also had a lifetime where you were a Lyran, which that's people that are half cat. They're like hybrids, half cat, mainly lion, mainly lions. So if you like lions, that's another, yeah. Yeah, if you like cats, if you like lions, that's another one that you can shapeshift into as well. And so that's why it's such a powerful ability. Oh my gosh, it's so powerful. It's so powerful, and it's one of the most ancient abilities as well. And I consider the people that can do that. No, I did just say that literally. Cat, for sure. It's called cat canthropy. Which could be a jaguar, it could be a lion, or it could be like how Bast is just a black cat. But yeah, it is a real thing. It is a real thing. And if you can find we could smell cat and you don't have a cat. Oh my gosh. Yo, seriously. That is so funny. That's probably your own smell. Like literally. That's hilarious. Yeah, the smell was coming off of you. That is so funny. Well, there you go. I mean, it's just like all confirmations. That just happened last week. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, literally. So you can start working on it. Start working up under the moon with that. It's not going to hurt anybody for you to be able to control your shape and your form, basically. And that way you always have an extra defense. Yeah, it's kind of like how the Black Panther goes through that experience. He like eats the flower or whatever. Um, this is like you've already been through that experience. And so there's definitely superpowers, like the ability to smell, the ability to see stuff. Cats have really good vision. They can see things at night really well. Yeah. So that's why you were smelling that cat smell. You see, you're giving yourself like little inklings, little clues that if you just keep following those clues, you're going to definitely find the answer. So I love that. I absolutely love that. I'm not going to lie. There's been times where I'm like, this smells like cat pee. Like something smells like cat pee. And I'm like, I don't have a cat. Yeah. And the dead different worlds for sure. For sure. Yeah. And they're all forms of magic. So it just means that you have magic in your cells. Look at that high priestess energy. You've got magic in your cells. This is literally why people cannot they can't make any advances against you, because you have natural animal instincts that are helping you at this time, literally. And this is why I don't know if you've ever had any secret society try to contact you, because if they find out that, when I say they, I mean like the Illuminati, the um, werewolf people, the dogmen people, and the people that basically, I don't want to say Luciferian, but yeah, it's like those types of people. If they find out that you can do these things, they're going to want you to join their forces. Because it was your sweat smell. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. Wow. Yeah, there's no coincidences. Seriously. Welcome in, Ragnarok. Oh, you're going to love this discussion. We're talking about shape-shifting. Wow, that is so crazy. That is so crazy. It's crazy good though. So yeah, the more that you focus on it, the easier it's going to be that you'll be able to control it in the dream state and in the waking world. But yeah, that's why I was wondering if anybody, Grogon, has ever contacted you from like a secret society. Because if they find out that you can do this, that you can shapeshift and basically control it and turn into, part animal and turn back into a person, like they're going to want you, and especially the government, they're going to want you to become like a super soldier, which you may even have ties to that as well, because the government's been using shapeshifters and, like I was saying, dogmen to guard the underground tunnels in the cities and stuff like that. So yeah, Tiamat, catcanthropy, and lycanthropy. And just think it's interesting that it's all shape-shifting, and you just decided, I feel like your higher self just decided at the moment that, oh, I feel like you decided at the moment that you were going to incarnate that you wanted to have the shape-shifting experience rather than the vampire experience. And I think that that was probably the best choice, even though shape-shifting can be painful. So they kept trying to dig into your sacral. Oh, I'm so sorry. It's annoying how they want to keep taking your light. That's why you got to be careful who you're allowing into your energy and who you're allowing to read you. I read for somebody on my second channel yesterday that literally, I think it was my second channel. They had allowed another reader to read them, and this reader completely like started attacking them. It was crazy. And you love animals. Wow. So you can integrate the energy of the animals by getting a crystal animal, carrying it with you. You can get like a pendant. Tiger's eye is a really good one for shape shifting, and cat's eye is also a really good one for catcanthropy. But yeah, you may notice also that your urine smells like cat pee. Literally is what I was just told. But yeah, I'm sorry that they were digging into you. That is the worst feeling. Yeah, okay, this is exactly what I was about to say about yesterday's reading, that the person that was getting a reading, it's like the reader tried to speak some evil shit into their life. Okay, you are good looking into Bastet. Yeah, they were trying to speak some evil shit into their life and then basically trying to make that happen. So it's like a self-creating prophecy. Oh, you used to draw her. That's a really good way of connecting with deities and connecting with different animal energies by drawing them, painting them, even getting pictures of them and putting them up. Yeah, Bastet is a guardian of mine as well. I love Bastet. Awesome energy. I've got like just the coolest statue of her. She is so great. She's so great. Yeah. And she's very protective, extremely protective. And like whenever I see a black cat, I always know that Bastet is sending me a message, and it's usually about psychic protection. So yeah, that's why I think that black cats are good luck. I know people say that they're not. Yeah, she is so beautiful. The statue I have of her, she's like so sexy. I'm not even kidding. She just looks so beautiful. Love her. So yeah, you guys have high priestess energy. Welcome in, Shaman Maria. But yeah, as to say about the reader that was speaking that into somebody else's life and trying to create that, that's insane to me. So we had to clear that energy out. So just so this is the prayer that I said yesterday to say. Just say, God, if anybody that's reading my energy doesn't have good intentions for me, please don't give them access, right? Because basically, when you allow them to read your energy, you give them access. But you need to say, put in there with your statement, like, that if I give somebody access to read my energy, I just give them access to read it at that time, because you get people that will just, it's like if you give an inch, they'll take a mile. You give them an inch of trust, and then all of a sudden now every day they're reading your energy because they find out that you're chosen. That's why you guys need to be really careful. Especially when people find out that you guys are part of the 144,000, then they're going to start reading your energy every day. And who in the hell, like straight up, I don't even pull cards for myself. Who in the hell has time to sit around reading somebody else's energy all day? You're definitely dealing with somebody that's obsessed, Ragnarok. Yeah, they keep trying to read over you. It's freaking weird. With this fishy offer shit, just beware of somebody who is like very well dressed. Like I was saying, you guys may end up having people from, I don't know, Luciferianism or the Illuminati or whatever. They may end up contacting you guys and wanting you to join their groups. This is like basically so that you'll bring your good karma to their organization. Oh, good. I'm glad that helped you, Girl Gone. Yeah. Yeah, I definitely don't sugarcoat it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. So yeah, just be aware of somebody, I feel like they always have, this salesperson or spokesperson that wants to come in and tell you that you're going to get all this money, all this fame, whatever, but it's some type of trap. These are the types of people that they don't have natural bloodlines like that, and they don't have natural gifts. They have to do witchcraft for that. Oh, thank you, Girl Gone. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you just gifted somebody a membership. That rocks my world. Thank you. So yeah, just be aware, you guys. People know that you guys are in the High Priestess energy. You have a beautiful day as well. Welcome in, Mia. So yeah, know that you guys hold this High Priestess energy, regardless of your gender. I wish we could take gender out of tarot because these are all archetypes, basically. But the High Priestess is somebody that can go within and they get the answers to their own questions. Yeah, they definitely this is what they want to do. They want to be able to remove your guys' protection, and that's impossible. You cannot remove God from somebody. I don't care what these people think with their rituals and whatever nonsense. You cannot disconnect somebody from God. And God is at the core of all of us, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. You know what I mean? Yeah, you have the Israel blessing. Yeah, Israel, the person that was Israel had a different name, but then God changed their name. It's not a fake nation in the middle of these. Israel's a man. Yeah, absolutely. Israel was absolutely a man. But you do have somebody here that is wanting you to carry burdens for a group of people. This is literally a secret society. They want you to carry their burdens. And again, they could only get you to do this by tricking you in some type of way. And the deception is that you'll be wealthy, you'll be happy, you'll have these people. If you ended up engaging with them, they would control everything. They would want to literally pick your wife. They would want to pick everything for you. Yeah, that's exactly it. It's been tested. If they could curse or bless me, anything they do to you, God's going to do to them 10 times more. That's just the truth of it, you guys. That's why God loves you so much. And never doubt that. Never doubt the amount of that God loves you, because this protection that these people want, and they desperately do need it, because these people have enemies. They want this protection that you hold, and they're used to stripping protection from people, but I don't know what they've been doing. They're not going to be able to do it to you guys. I can tell you that. You being the High Priestess, they're not going to be able to do this. They're not going to get away with it. Let's just say that. And we pray against anybody trying to get you to go towards a devil organization, because these people do worship some type of devil. I don't know what it is, and I don't care, but it's something that you guys are not going to be on board with, because this is a thing. You don't have to do any groveling to the devil and with the osculum fisse or whatever, the devil's kiss. You're not here to kiss the devil's ass. Is what I'm saying. There's literally a ritual where they kiss the devil's ass. You're not here to do that. You're here to basically not give the devil any of your energy, and then to function in the realm of light. And you can do that in many different ways. But you do have a group of people that spend their time up under the moon. They go into these underground cities. They first of all, they offend the Native Americans. So wherever you guys are living, this secret society they do very offensive things on Native American lands. So why are they going out to Native American lands to do all these weird things, these weird rituals? I'm not for sure. Maybe because there's different laws on Native American land, but the Native Americans are not digging that. They're not okay with that. And I agree. I would definitely not want Luciferians bringing their families out to the Indian grounds, basically. So maybe there's something about Indian burial grounds or Indian ground, Indian land, that has to do with shape shifting, because these are definitely people that, they're brutal. Let's just say that. These are not people that you would ever agree to engage with, but they do put off a good show. And they don't tell you that when you accept an offer from these people that basically you'll be stuck carrying a 10 of wands for them. They don't tell you that. It's kind of like, you know, when you sign up for like a free, you get a free cruise and then they tell you, okay, but you have to pay $700 in tax or some shit like that, you know? Yeah, sitting bulls, you are sitting bull and some natives protect you. Absolutely. The Native American energy around you, Ragnarok, is very strong and it's very protective of you. But you also have a lot of Norse energy as well. Um, you know, these people are not into like the wisdom of Odin. These people are literally into the fallen angel bloodlines. That's what they're into. And they claim to be of those bloodlines, but that's not even true. That's literally not true. These people, if they were of these fallen angel bloodlines, like they say, they would already be able to do this magic, to shapeshift and to do this like they would be able to prolong their life and be vampires and stuff like that if they chose to. They chose to go, but they can't. Yeah, Vikings and natives with you. Exactly. Your enemies are idiots. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. The descendants of Nimrod. And the Christmas tree comes from Nimrod's birthday, by the way. We just basically adopted that, but that's crazy. But yeah, literally. And wasn't Nimrod the one that was building the Tower of Babel? The Tower of Babel was not positive. A pale imitation of yourself as Gilgamesh. Wow. See, I never would have made the connection there with Gilgamesh. But yeah, I literally was appalled that Christmas trees come from Nimrod's birthday. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. And they used to celebrate Nimrod's birthday every December 25th. So it's interesting. He's still an important person. Oh, and also, it was Nebuchadnezzar that was literally turned into a werewolf. Like God turned him into a beast-like looking man. So, you know, it is through the magic of God, but you know, these people that claim to be of these secret societies, they don't have this magic. They're still, again, if you naturally have the magic, you don't have to do rituals to get the magic. Does that make sense? These people want you to teach them what you know, and you're not going to give away the sacred knowledge that God gave you because that would be being disobedient to God. Some people need to understand that the way you function and the things that you do, you're doing it because God told you to do it, not because you felt like you wanted to. It's like literally God's like, go here, do this, do that. And you just do that because you listen to God. These people don't understand that because they don't have, oh, welcome in, Crazy Cast. I hope you're having a good day as well. They don't understand that. See, they don't understand God. And you do. That's another brownie point that you have over these people. Yes, Zeus turned like Cain into a werewolf. Absolutely. And Berserker is also, yes, so you have bear energy. Yeah, I've been Loki forever, so I've got Snake Berserker. But yeah, and I've also read for a lot of people that have the Berserker curse, and most of them have bipolar fits. But when you actually integrate that part of your shadow, those fits will go away. So it's just really interesting. The bear energy is of Odin for sure, and the wolves are of Thor. Yeah. Yeah, but they know not everything is written. That's exactly it. Welcome in, BC. Yeah. The other night you were woken up and felt a hand on your forehead trying to take your energy over. Oh, so what they were trying to do, BC, was they were trying to block your third eye. That's what they were doing. They were trying to close your third eye. Wolves is Odin, bears is Thor. Oh, it's the other way around. My bad. Well, yeah, then you're definitely connected. I mean, you're connected to both of them, though, truly. I would not be surprised if you had an experience where you literally had one lifetime being a bear berserker and one lifetime being, a wolf. And not only that, you were a healer, somebody that could make medicine out of like plants and herbs, like mushing them up and stuff. I mean, that's like an ancient practice. And also, like, those berserkers were shamans. Yeah. Yeah. They're very much so shamanistic. So it's like, kind of like when they would go into battle, they would shapeshift and wear the pelts of the skin. See, there is a reason that Native Americans will not wear the skin of a flesh-eating animal. Like they won't wear like wolf skins or coyote skins and stuff like that. Those are basically reserved for the skinwalkers. Okay, Crazy Cast. Yeah. A meditation and some videos to cut cords. Okay. Yeah. So it feels like you still have one cord that needs to be cut, but we're going to take care of that right now. You did get all of the finer cords. There was a lot. Okay. So this cord that you have is with somebody that is a family member to you. We just ask that be cut in the name of Yeshua. Okay. There we go. Okay. So that one was connecting to your solar plexus. Oh, they are extremely shamanistic. Yeah, I don't even know. Yeah, it was your girlfriend. Okay, that makes sense. I don't even is that Ulfindar? I don't know how to say that exactly, but yeah, they are extremely shamanistic, which means, animal shamanism is some of the most powerful types of shamanism. Look at this that just popped out. It was your girlfriend. Okay, so you're getting telepathic messages, Crazy Cast, and when you get this telepathic message from this girlfriend that you have, what it's doing is it's reattaching a cord. So when she comes into your mind, and if she's coming into your dreams, just do the meditation again, but keep her in mind that you're cutting a cord with her. Okay. And then I asked the Archangel Michael remove this cord permanently. Because again, even if you still love your ex-girlfriend, it's not beneficial. Their cords are not necessary for you to stay connected to somebody. I need people to understand that. She is coming into your dreams. I definitely felt that. Ulfhendar, wolf spirits. Oh, okay. And berserkers, bears. Wow. Okay, that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. So yeah, if she keeps coming into your dream, Crazy Cast, I want you to start rebuke. If you can be lucid enough in your dream, start rebuking her in the dream state. Literally. Speak it out loud. Thank you, BC. Speak it out loud, especially when she's in your energy. Like I know sometimes they'll come in with a lot of illusions. These dreams are happening right before the sun comes up. So it's something that's going on in the REM state. Oh, you had an interesting dream last night as well. Wow. So yeah, I would definitely, speak it out, and especially when you wake up, just continue to remove her from your energy so you could do a meditation. But I don't want you to focus on her. I want you to focus on your energy. Okay? And that's going to be the best way, because you focusing on bringing your energy level up will not be attaching something back to this person. And if they keep coming in your dreams, then, tell them in your dream, if you can, that they need to leave, that they're not welcome there. Once you uninvite somebody from your dreams, they basically have to go. Look at this Queen of Swords, basically cutting this person off, cutting cords with them. So it may be beneficial as soon as you wake up to pull the blinds back. I would definitely say to get a dream catcher, because when you got people entering your dreams and they're messing with the dream state, and like I've lived in this house maybe for 3 years. Okay. I have had crazy dreams, and sometimes I remember them, sometimes I don't, whatever. But like I've had crazy dreams. Then all of a sudden I brought a dream catcher out that I had from my old place I used to live, and I actually put it up and I use it, and it works. Like all of the weird dreams that I were having that were like not good, those went away. Yeah, absolutely. When somebody comes into your dream, and especially when it's an ex, it means that they're trying to get back in your good graces or trying to get back in your energy. Yeah. Oh, it's helped you a lot. Good, BC. Yeah. So I put up a dream catcher. I was like, why don't I listen to my own advice? I actually put one up, and I didn't get a big one. Mine's like this big. you know. And so I put it up, and it works really well. I pull the blinds back and allow the sunlight to hit it, and then I'll cleanse it with sage as well, and I'll put selenite on it to just clear it, because you want to keep clearing it because it will pick up energy. But yeah, just find yourself a dream catcher that you feel very attracted to, and it can be stylish as well. It can absolutely be stylish as well. Why would she do that? Because she's manipulative. She wants, yeah, she's in a new relationship, but she wants to have her cake and eat it too. She still wants access to your energy. And she feels like if she can have access to your energy, then she'll be, oh yeah, you have a clear crystal around you, and that helps too. Yeah, so this person feels like if she can have access to your energy, her wishes will start to come true again. But she doesn't want to have to deal with being responsible in a relationship. She just wants to come. She's basically testing the waters by trying to um come into your dreams. And you know, if anybody in your dream tries to get you to eat or drink anything, that is a very bad sign that they're trying to do witchcraft on you. So if you have a dream and this person comes into your dream and they're like trying to get you to sit at their table, they're trying to get you to eat something, you know, that those are signs that witchcraft's being done. Yes, selenite above the head works really good for weird dreams. Thank you, Shama Maria. In the shadows of a park nearby. Wow. And there was a weird sounding thing. It was coughing, hacking bile or something, and you could sense it. Wow, that's creepy. Yeah, I don't even know what exists in Canada. I know there's a lot of Native American stuff, and you guys probably have giants as well. I would not be surprised that if the giants just went underground into hiding from, I don't know if you were wherever you were walking, if there's a cave nearby, but I'm definitely picking up on something in a cave. Wow. Wow. Interesting. The divine message is in there for everyone. Wow. Okay. With 888 Dury, more dumb. Okay. So yeah, so you know, this is going to be something that's going to teach you, Crazy Cast, about basically spiritual warfare, because it is a form of warfare when somebody's trying to come into your dreams, whether they're doing it knowingly or not. It's still being invasive and it's intrusive to you, and it's very triggering. See, this person wants to be always on your mind. That's why they keep sending these telepathic messages. I also feel like there is something going on with this person's higher self. Yeah, call on Gabriel. He's definitely a spiritual warfare genius. Call on Archangel Michael. Call on Gabriel. Call on your ancestors. I feel like your ancestors don't like this person, so they're definitely going to step in for you. But God wants you to know how to get someone out of your energy. So when you wake up and you've had these dreams, I would just start rebuking them in the name of God, in the name of the holy, the highest of the highest, or whatever you want to call the divine, and start reporting like to the archangels. Be like, Gabriel, da 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 da. This person came into my dream last night, and they're still coming into my dreams. This spiritual realm needs to know, basically. Yes, I'm glad that God wakes you guys up too. Yeah, 1111. Yeah, that's Metatron's approval. 1111 means so many things, but they're all positive. Yeah. Yeah, and it's also wish fulfillment. So whenever you see 1111, make sure you're aware of what you're thinking at that time. But yeah, I'm glad that God wakes you guys up as well. Anytime that you guys get woken up in the middle of the night. So you're seeing an 1111 more often. Yeah, it definitely means that something spiritual is coming towards you. This could be a new gift that you're waking up. If you're becoming more lucid and becoming more aware of your dreams, that could very well be a sign from 1111 that you've got more abilities coming to the forefront for you to utilize, which is a blessing, because we get most of our downloads in our sleep while we're dreaming, and then we get signs about what we dreamed about and what's going on in the dreams realm in the waking world, which means we'll see angel numbers, we'll see birds, feathers, butterflies, things like that are messages from the spiritual realm. So yeah, continue to pray this person out of your energy, talk with your angels and your spirit guides, and let this person know, like, energetically, just keep rebuking them. Let them know that they do not have your permission. Say, I specifically say, I do not give consent for any spiritual contract that's made in any state of coercion. Okay. That I rebuke all spiritual, all soul contracts with this person, any vows or anything else like that. I also rebuke and I release this person. Maybe you need to do a releasing of this person. I release this person from my life, from my timeline, and from my energy. 343, 333, 123. Yeah, those are all really powerful numbers. Very powerful numbers, all about shifting and change, especially 616. That's definitely about shifting your physical reality in a new way. So yeah. Yeah, so you can use parts of the Bible as well. You know, getting up. I specifically read Psalm 91 every single day. So I read it multiple times a day. So that may help you to do that as well. You know, Psalm 91 is a general protection, but it covers pretty much every avenue that somebody would try to come at you. And so you can, you know, before you go to sleep, read Psalm 91, Revelation 6:16, and they will beg rocks and mountains to hide them from the Lamb. There you go. Yeah, that's powerful. Wow. Look at this. Justice. You're going to get justice. The moment that you pray, you're going to get justice. And you're also getting justice by cutting this person out of your life. So them wanting to reappear over again. Wow. Yeah. Seeing the number 7 is one of the most spiritual numbers. I love the number 7. 7 and like 12 is also really spiritual. Matthew 3:33, the baptism of Christ. Okay, cool. I'm going to read that. I'm going to definitely read that. But yeah. Yeah, these cards are all what's coming your way, you guys. You have justice, you have the sun energy. You did have some illusions, and that's like people entering in the dream state. It's like it could be gossip. There's so many different things that the 7 of Cups could mean. But the thing is that when you wake up, it shines a light down on whatever was going on, you know. And that's why you're getting justice, because you're a light when other people are the darkness. Like I said, you guys may be contacted by Masons. I really feel like when these people find out your gifts, they're going to contact you guys. And then 11, 22, and 33. Wow. Yeah, 11 is definitely about new change. 22, that's about building, taking the next step. And then 33, that's definitely an ascended master number. So that's reaching ascension. Also, you know, we talked about how they were trying to stop you from turning 33, which is weird. I don't know if 33 has to do with 33-degree Masons, but that's weird, you know. Anointed by David. Yeah. Oh, annotated? I don't know what that means. Or were you trying to say anointed? But yeah. Actually, I don't even know who David is in the Bible, so I'm going to have to look into that. But yeah, you guys are going to receive justice. This justice may not be justice that you see get played out, but it's definitely going to be justice that's still owed to you either way, you know. Yeah, they don't want you to be 33 because you win. Yeah, this is literally some type of ridiculous game, but it's not a game that they're going to come forward and tell you to your face that you're playing this game. Like, it's so weird. They did the same shit to me. They were literally trying to. I had an ex that came back many times to try to unalive me, and I like literally escaped by the hair on my chinny chin chin. So yeah, you guys are going to receive justice for this, and you're also going to be learning more about your own abilities and more about how, and you know, not to beat people, but basically to beat people, not physically beat them, but how to overcome and conquer their energy. Because if somebody comes into your dream state with a negative intent, and I'm not talking about when you see a good friend in the dream state and you guys interact together. That's like a positive. You guys do know that spirits and beings and deities and the Most High can come to you in your dreams as a loved one and can be guiding you and helping you. You guys know about that, that it's not just all negative. Okay. It's, yes, sometimes people can gain access to your dreams and it's not positive, but there is much more positive interactions that happen in the dream state in the spiritual realm than there are negative ones. It's just the negative ones sometimes imprint the hardest because they're traumatic experiences. Wow, when you're 33, it'll be exactly 2,000 years from the crucifixion. They're definitely afraid of that. Yeah, they definitely. And this is why I'm wondering, Ragnarok, if because this has to do with these Masons. If there's something about being a 33-degree Mason at the year 33, or if there's a connection there, because they definitely don't want that to come into existence. Like, and why did they try to stop me? I mean, they were sending out demon after demon after demon after demon to possess the ones that I love, and I'm just, that's why I probably don't have anybody in my life. But when your girlfriend comes into the dream, there's not a single instant where you've spoken to each other. Okay, well, that's good. That's good, because opening up communication would be opening up a doorway, basically. But if she's in your dreams, then she's in your waking life. And when you think about her, you could be reattaching that cord. That's why it'll be the best thing to not think about her anymore. Yeah, they're not all negative, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. A lot of dreams are past life experiences. And again, there is no time to our higher self, because once you go into the fifth dimension, time dissolves, basically. Time is a construct of the fourth dimension. Yes. Yeah, some people did learn that you're the Holy Grail Christ bloodline, for sure. Not just a human of God, but literally a bloodline. Yeah, and they're worried about that. But it's like literally none of their business. Yeah, it's because you know more, Ragnarok, even right now, you know more than these 33-degree Masons, and they actually study this shit. I'm probably a light worker and a star seed and an earth angel, probably all three of those. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, that's where your gift started, was your dreams. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's where my gift started too. I mean, I was as a child having prophetic dreams, and then I would just see stuff and I would start saying things and people would really freak out. We've got a 7 of Swords. Somebody is faced with many decisions. Okay. So I feel like somebody literally could be trying to, they're carrying a 10 of Wands, these secret societies. Why do they need y'all's energy so bad to get anything to go through for them? This is kind of weird to me. Like the fact that all of you guys in the chat are being stalked by a secret society or a Masonic group, that is weird to me. Like, I think that that's bizarre. And maybe just because I don't know enough about it to say why they're doing this, but they definitely want to your energy can manifest instantly. They definitely want to utilize you guys. They want you. It's like, if you can't beat them, join them type energy. Yeah, this 7 of Swords, it's never safe to run with knives. This person is literally running forward with swords, not even looking behind them to see who's going to stab them in the back. Then we have a Knight of Pentacles energy, which is somebody that could come in and try to befriend you. This is definitely a masculine energy that wants to come in to befriend you. Again, if you have a friend that tells you that they're a Mason, you're going to know who this person is. Yeah, you were shown vision of them. Yeah, they want to send somebody. That's exactly it. They want to send somebody in to befriend you or to fall in love with you. And this person has the intention to break you down. Like, it's all about breaking you down and getting you to join their ranks, which is you're never going to do. You guys are not followers, and you're not going to conform to this underground Masonic Luciferianism crap. Yeah, 7 years old, you saw your first dead lady. Wow. For sure. Dreams and knowing things you couldn't have. You knew you were adopted without being told. Wow. I bet that was like a kick in the nuts to your parents. Yeah, I also adopted as well. I think that this is so interesting. But I was always told that I was adopted and everything like that. But yeah, that is wild. That is wild. I used to, when I was like 13, I started seeing spirits with my eyes open all the time, like all the time, dead people. And there would be this dead lady that would come and crawl on my bed, and she would crawl on me, and I would like, it would be like 80 degrees in my room, and I'm like pulling the covers over my head, just absolutely terrified. And so I'm so glad that I don't have that experience now. Holy crap. Yes. Wow. Ditto. But your family hasn't spoke truth yet, and they don't know that you know. Wow. Wow. It would be good of them to tell you the truth, because that's the worst thing you could do to somebody is lie about who they are. You know what I mean? And so I'm grateful that I was told as soon I was like 4 years old, and they had this adoption is forever book that was read to me every day. Your mom was so upset because she didn't want to tell you till you were older. Wow. But you would cry and tell you're not my mom. And she eventually told you. Holy shit. Yeah, that's definitely some trauma there. Yeah, I'm not picking up on the spider energy, Ragnarok. I don't feel that around you at all. It was definitely a constrictive energy. But yeah, I don't feel like you need to be afraid of that. I was telling somebody about how you had the same spider demon visit you that visited me, and I had a major just fit when it visited me. I was really scared. Because money's involved and they don't want you to find out about it. Yeah, they don't want you to find out about it because then they would have to share it. But the thing is that you are such a kind person. If you were given your money, you would have helped your family. This is why they really should not have done that. They could have gone devil. They could have gone about that in a completely different way. You know what I mean? It's just not the way that you treat people that if you actually love them. And I'm not saying that your parents don't love you, but they made that decision not to tell you and to deny you. The last 2 weeks ago was with the spiders. Yeah. Yeah, they're time traveling spider demon. Absolutely mortifying, terrifying. Yes, absolutely. I think a lot of us have had the problem of being a people pleaser. You know what? This reminds me of something that I said to someone in the dream state. They were trying to get me to be friends with them again. And I was like, I'm sorry, but I'm just not a people pleaser. Like, I'm not going to do that. And they were very frustrated. Wow, somebody tried to call you a spider. That's weird. And have you boxed and called a demon. Yeah, well, yeah, welcome to my life. That's like what it's always been with me. People going like, "Oh, you're the devil," and I'm like, "I'm really not the devil. I promise." I don't know who the devil is or where the devil is, but I'm not that. Yeah, but now they see that someone who is painting energy on you. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. You also have somebody that likes to hide in your energy. You are called an octopus. That is so bizarre. That is so bizarre. I had lots of people call me Lucifer growing up. Like, that was the thing. And then when I got to a certain age, everybody else was called Lucifer. I grew up in a household where the satanic panic was like a real thing because it was happening in California. So it was like just messed it really, the satanic panic was bullshit. It messed with everybody. Just craziness. And I wouldn't even be offended if somebody called me an octopus because I think octopuses are some of the most amazing creatures that we have on this planet. But yeah. Yeah, it feels like a female energy that's hiding in your energy. And this is why you guys got to be careful with people. They want you were born in the 80s in California during the satanic panic. So you know what I'm talking about, BC. It was just fear upon fear upon fear of the whole Satan thing. But there is some truth to all of the satanic rituals. It's just like, they also did test you. Do you guys remember the testing that they would do in school where like you would basically put on headphones and they'd give you a hearing test and they were trying to test you to see what frequencies you can hear? You guys know that was part of the GATE program. That was a part of a psychic program trying to find out who was psychic. Oh, they said your energy has many arms like an octopus. You're like, okay, well, that's not a bad thing. Brianna thinks she owns my energy. Yeah. These pop stars literally believe that they own everybody that they do magic on. They do these spells in rituals. That's why a lot of their concerts seem like rituals, you know? Yeah, because you've been basically a power source to this person. You've been hearing about that testing. Yeah. Yeah. I remember it. Like, I just am like, oh my God, I can't believe that they experimented on us like that. That was so not cool. Certification. It was in California when you attended the class. Yeah. Seriously. That is wild. And they did that. They would pull us out of the classroom to go do those weird tests. And it was always in some type of suspicious ass, like, portable building type thing. Only 3 of you. Exactly. That's exactly it. I mean, besides MK Ultra being such a dick, and then the gate program, like they were literally trying to figure out how to control people's psychic abilities. Yeah, a trailer home. That's exactly a movable. Yeah, movable trailer home. Yeah, she lost her singing voice because of what she did to you. That makes sense. God allowed, yeah, their shit on others, but when she hit his grail line, that's exactly it though. She lost her voice, which is crazy to me because I actually liked her. Yeah, they did that too a lot. Same thing for me. They tested me a lot on that. Okay, you guys, we're going to get one more card and then I'm going to let you guys go. Look at this. Temperance, Archangel. Yeah, I loved her too. Archangel Michael showing up and showing out for you. This is why, and with justice, when you see these 2 cards right next to each other, you can rest assured that you are going to receive justice for this. And it's rightfully so. That's just bringing temperament in. And it's also like, you guys could have reacted very strongly in the past to these people and their bullshit, but now you guys are gaining, yeah, Ursula, you guys are gaining control over this basically. Yes, I do. I do believe that people see, I do believe that there are people that are satanic that are not harmful. And then they're, it's like the people that study Wiccanism, but they don't have gifts and abilities naturally. So it doesn't make the magic work. But yeah, I do believe that the ones that are satanic, that it's their specific thing to study the people. Yeah, they don't just find out. They want to actually devour the person. So that's what I'm saying. Anything that these people come to you on, they try to give you any type of offer, exactly, a soul contract. They want to exchange gifts, whatever. This is why you're getting justice, you guys. And because you're meant to stay in the light. And these are the types of people that literally want to stay in the dark. It's just more comfortable for them because that's the type of shit that they're on. But yeah, I wouldn't judge every person that says they're Luciferian or satanic. Don't judge them because, like I said, there's a lot of muggles that believe in these things, but they don't have any firsthand experience of being satanic or knowing a demon or anything like that. Yeah, so many cannibals. They are cannibals, absolutely. Well, if unless there's something else, then it's not cannibalism. But yeah, the actress in the Russian doll show. Wow, creepy. Russian dolls freak me out. I'm like absolutely terrified of dolls, but Russian dolls, the layered ones, they really freak me out. Showed up in your dream when you asked who the witch was that wanted your gifts. I've actually had a dream where a Russian doll like takes off the layers of itself and there's a person underneath, and this person that was underneath represented pure temptation in my dream. She's an actress. Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. Yeah, so there you go. I don't do jobs, they do dolls. This is exactly it. The dolls were actually created. You should Google how dolls came into existence. They were actually created to hold spirits. Oh, in her show, she's trying to time travel. Wow. That's interesting, you guys. Well, this has been such a good reading. I love it. Look at this. You guys are Hierophants. This is why these people can't do anything to you. They can't take anything from you. And they're not going to be able to stop you guys. Like I said, you're going to live to be, 200 years old. Yeah. I've enjoyed time traveling a bit too, but that time traveling spider, fuck that thing. Oh, no, you guys are awesome. I'm so appreciative of you guys. So yeah, listen to the Most High when the Most High guides you out of a situation, because you're trying to figure out how I stopped aging. Exactly. It's part of your genetics. You, like I was saying, I think in one reading Ragnarok, that you're connected to Kefri. Kefri is the beetle headed god in ancient Egypt. But those beetles, why they can live forever basically inside tombs and stuff, is that they'll grow and age to a certain maturity. And then when there's no more food in that tomb, they'll reverse their aging back to being young. And so you have the ability to age. Like if we're all going to continue to age, we could just grow younger, like Benjamin Button. All right, you guys, thank you for being here with me today. You guys are awesome. I loved all the stuff that we talked about. It was super interesting to me, just so interesting. So know that God loves you. Know that I love you. Please like the video, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. Okay. And I love you guys. Peace be with you. Remember that God loves you as well and that you guys are protected. Okay. Pray these people up out of your energy. Pray Psalm 91. Do it before you go to bed and do it when you wake up. That's probably the best thing that you can do to keep these people out. Okay. All right. Know that God loves you, and so do I. Peace be with you. I'll see you guys in the next reading. You guys are very welcome. I'm so glad to be here with you. Bye.